Hello. This is the Awful and Awesome Entertainment Wrap, episode 389. This is Rajyasree.
And this is Abhinandan Sekhri coming to you after a 3 or 4 week,
Hiatus.
break. Hiatus. Every time hiatus bolna, it means that you have nothing else in your vocabulary, which I don't want to appear like.
Oh, like that.
So, but very
sabbatical.
good. Very good. It was not a sabbatical. Very good reviews of last.
Because we are so smart.
Between you, Shardul, and Manisha.
Yeah.
Many said that we didn't miss Abhinandan at all, which maybe means I can be relieved of this duty.
Shardul was very complimentary about our podcast.
Shardul is too kind.
Basically, it's complimentary.
But the one, so I did read all the feedback that had come.
Yes. And
one feedback that did come, Rajyasree Sen,
let's
was
hear
that
I interrupted.
Right now,
Like this.
that not only do you give fake news on a News Laundry podcast,
Then I'm not sorry about what I said.
when pointed out, rather than apologize, you double down as if there's something virtuous about giving fake news. Bhumi does not have a twin.
I apologized right off the bat. I said I'm so sorry to everyone.
So I apologize as co-founder and CEO for the errant children that run around in News Laundry.
Are you apologizing for my half-baked apology?
Yes.
I said,
So unless you know something, don't pay low gyan, okay? Now, first tell us what we'll be reviewing, and then you can start off with some emails that have come.
Yes. So we are going to be reviewing a very new film, Anora.
We finally watched Anora.
I had already watched Anora. He finally watched
I finally watched Anora on the flight.
Yeah. So we will discuss it. So even if Niku had watched, say,
The Godfather.
The Godfather, we would review it on this episode. So thankfully, you watched something relatively recent. It's only last year's film.
Yeah. Then The Traitors, which is brand new.
India.
I have a few things to say about that. Not about the show, but about the consistent low caliber shows that are somehow recommended that we must review here.
We have to, because we cater to everyone. And then we have American Manhunt's new season, which has Osama bin Laden. So last season was O.J. Simpson,
Right.
which was excellent.
We reviewed that as well.
Yeah.
How is the mosquito got in here? Bloody hell.
Who's
There. Rajyasree, first
If
shot.
you want a CEO who can kill mosquitoes also,
Mujhe bula lijiye.
हाँ, double thing.
In
You
one
will
shot.
get media narrative and a dead mosquito. One shot. Very good. Now,
Now you do this, and then the beauty of having a
don't
beard
throw
is
it on
do
me.
like that.
Gee, Niku, you're sick. Sick you are, absolutely. Izaz has written, "Hi guys, love the addition of Jayashree and Manisha. Don't get used to intellect on this show. They are there only for that episode. People might not agree with me, but I would like to point out that we don't need LGBTQ in everything. It has become the new mayonnaise. Mr. Abhinandan, my name is not Ijaz, it is Izaz."
Izaz. But he's told me this before. I've mispronounced it again. Izaz.
Again,
My
you
bad.
must
sorry.
have.
But that's because our neighbor is Ijaz.
Oh, that's right. Huh?
So it just rolls up.
So, SeaWorld.
Just like I say Rajyasree and not Rajyasree.
That most people say Rajyasree. I let them say it. Some people
You
say
don't kill
Rajyasree.
them. My God,
Like,
you're
Kya kare?
you have a very big heart.
Rajyasree. So
No one
many
calls you
things.
Rajyasree.
Rajyasree, I've been called so much. Jayashree. Anything. I'm like, I'll respond to anything. Scooby-Doo also, you say, I say, yes. What is it? I don't let my feelings
Okay,
get in the
Rajyasree,
way.
then you, after Kolkata has thrown up two people with such a big heart, Mother Teresa and you. Happy?
Yeah.
Aage bolo.
But I don't take money from dictators. I'm just saying. But carry on.
Mother Teresa
There's
took
a
money from
shit-
dictators?
No, which I understand.
Okay, fine.
Whoever gives you money to...
Like if Sukesh gave you a BMW, take
If
it.
Sukesh gave me a BMW, I'll say no. I'll say, why have you only given BMW? You gave a Bugatti. Like that. I will keep checks on what you did with whom.
Sure.
If you are paying for someone else's love, I expect to be paid as much for my love. I have no problem with being paid for love. It is what is the quantity. That's all I'm saying.
Beauty.
I'm a very classy person like that.
That is a good thing.
Yeah.
So Rajyasree Sen, we have a new project. It's a Sena project. We've done a few reports. Actually, this whole thing started with it wasn't a big story, but we got a tip-off about how e-waste. You know, when you throw away your mobile phones or this, it's very toxic and it can damage the environment in big ways. But when our reporters started reporting the story, we realized it's a big racket with big money, policy level stuff involved, and there's a full underworld running it. So now we have dedicated a reporter and a producer to this project for a long period of time. It will take a lot of investigation to really uncover, but we would like you to contribute to this because, like, you know, we do not take any advertising from either dictators or democratically elected governments or even Sukesh. So we
Don't
only take
discriminate.
subscriptions so that our journalism is public interest and funded by the public. So please contribute to this. Here's the QR code. Link is in the show notes. Because this impacts not just our lives, but the lives of our children. We cannot let this shit just carry on. If you're a subscriber, you can mail us at podcasts@newslaundry.com. I repeat, podcasts@newslaundry.com, or click on the link in the show notes. A little form pops up. Please try to keep your email below 150 words. We don't entertain feedback, critique, criticism, suggestions from non-subscribers. So yeah, if you're a non-subscriber, you can leave the abuse on Rajyasree's Twitter timeline or in the comments.
No one writes on Twitter anymore.
No one writes on Twitter anymore, really?
On YouTube, they're so busy writing.
I don't know because I've muted hundreds of people.
Yeah, so maybe they are writing.
But I never block. You know why? Why should they be deprived of my gyan?
Even I don't. I mute. That guy, you know, who went to Abhishek Verma, who went to TEASER with his wife, he said, I'll slap a defamation suit on you because I said it's nice to see.
On you?
Because I said it's nice to see a TEASER jail. I also said. So I just muted him because even I felt, how will he know otherwise what I'm writing?
Correct.
I don't want to know if he's sending me a defamation suit. That's the only thing.
So Rajyasree, you recommended that we review a show called The Traitors. Why would you suggest we review a show like Traitors, which is so fucking trashy?
Okay.
Watching it, I wanted to
How much did you watch?
poke my eyes. And on top of that, when I call her and say, just watch first 10 minutes and last 10 minutes of all the episodes.
Although I knew you weren't going to do
I was
na?
like, I managed to get about 3 minutes into the first one without jumping off a building. Anyway, so before you review it, why must we review this shit?
Because you should understand what appeals to the masses. Because this appeals to the masses. It's like Big Boss. You have to review it to understand what the social fabric of India is.
We've never reviewed
actually.
Big Boss.
So I wanted to see how India has, as usual, taken a good,
Concept.
funny concept
And
where
fucked
you're
it up.
not supposed to be serious about it and fucked it up. And you could make out from the trailer, because Karan Johar, if he's not taken Ozempic, he should stop doing whatever diet he's doing, because now he's looking unwell itself. He's being so earnest and serious about the entire thing. And it's a lineup of such, other than Ashish Vidyarthi,
Which
who's
was
very
tragic
good.
seeing him
I
there.
felt very sad seeing him there, but I saw 2 episodes fully. He does nothing. He sleeps on. Maybe he thought it's a good way of having a holiday, and you're getting paid for
I'm sure
it.
he'll get enough work anyway. And finally, if you're making a third-rate show, at least get the technical bits right. He is smashing a frame onto a carpet, and it's
And it's
making a
going,
crank sound.
And they're going like this. Shall we discuss American Manhunt?
Yeah, so I don't have that much to say about it. It's a little...
After making me watch 3 episodes, you said I've watched. We'll discuss them. Why I watched.
so we'll discuss it.
I don't have that much to say.
No, in the sense that I didn't love it. I didn't dislike it. It was like, a Big Mac. What I expected. It satiated that urge of a McDonald's meal, which may not be very
is
nutritious.
American, very American.
So, but what I liked about it was, it's just really tight. It's predictably
good.
tight. It's really well done. And the thing is that the kind of access they have access to the guy who was the director of the CIA.
The guy who shot Osama.
The guy who shot Osama, they have access to him. So, and this is something that is impossible to do a show like this
Yeah.
in India because A, we have a rule, those of you who may not be following news that closely, this government has come up with a rule that if you've served with the government, even after retirement, you cannot write a book or comment on something without their permission, or they can stop your pension. They also do have a critical gaze at American foreign policy. Like
Yeah.
this to say that, you cannot torture people. It's not okay.
Yeah.
I quit because of that. So they had 3 CIA people who they interviewed.
Yes.
All 3 said that we were against what they were doing. They basically threw Rumsfeld under the bus.
And they said, what is the point of doing that?
But Rajyasree Sen,
Yeah.
did you notice one thing?
What?
What? That everyone, because they interviewed a bunch of people who directly reported to either George Bush Jr. or Barack Obama, because it was in their term
Yeah.
that this whole thing happened. Whenever they referred to Obama, whether it was a speechwriter,
They said Barack.
they just said Obama. And then I told Obama.
Yeah.
They never said President Obama. They referred to Obama like he's...
Yeah, they're pal.
Whereas
Not pal, but...
Trump, the way everyone from Trump's defense secretary, vice president, President Trump, and like they talk about him like our ministers talk about Modi. They can never refer to him as Trump. I can't imagine anyone from his cabinet or his daily briefing or Kash Patel refer to Trump as Trump. They'll say
Cash. I like the way it's a Cash Patel.
Isn't that his
Cash
name?
Patel is the
What is his name?
looking Tokyo, thinking London. Yeah, Cash Patel.
This is
Please
kind of...
let
now
my
you're
visa
behaving,
be. I have a US visa. I don't
now
want
you're
to.
behaving like Karan Johar.
Listen, I am ashamed.
Commenting on people's looks. From this week, Awful and Awesome is available exclusively behind the paywall. Only paying subscribers, not YouTube subscribers, because sometimes people confuse a YouTube subscriber with a paying subscriber. Only paying subscribers can access the full show. The smaller Awful and Awesome, the Chota Awful and Awesome will be available for free. But for the full show, you have to be a paid subscriber. You can watch the show on our website and app only. Just on YouTube, the full unedited Awful and Awesome is not available. We are currently replacing state management in our app. Rajyasree, do you know what state management?
Yeah.
What?
Basically, the...
Doesn't matter. Nor do I. I don't
No
know,
one
but
knows.
this is the announcement. We are replacing the state management in our app, due to which some of you may experience performance issues in the podcast player. But that will get fixed quickly. If you have a Game Changer subscription, you can go to the My Account page on the website or the app and generate an RSS feed that you can paste in Apple Podcasts. This will fetch the new episode as long as your subscription is active, and you'll be able to access the full paywall podcast on Apple Podcast. Okay? The small version will still be available for free, but not the complete version. Unfortunately, Spotify does not support custom RSS feeds. This feature currently works with Apple Podcasts, Podcast Addict, and Pocket Casts. This feature is not supported by Spotify, so therefore this workaround is not... Sorry about that. We're opening this feature to those with an NL-TNM joint subscription also. If you have a joint subscription, you won't be able to generate the feed from the website, but you can mail us at subscription@newslaundry.com and we will share your unique RSS feed with you. I repeat, mail us at subscription@newslaundry.com if you're a joint subscriber, and we will share a unique RSS feed which you can copy paste and access it from Apple Podcasts, etc. So that's very long.
How funny would it be if someone emails on that and then y'all send a video of an RSS meeting? Just saying. I would find it funny.
So RSS feed you'll get Mr. Mohan
PHP.
Bhagwat and guy.
PHP
Shock.
meeting.
That's you see, that's why our sense of humor is so good. You're cracking up as if it's not such a funny joke, Rajyasree.
I've been thinking about it all this while.
Before we get on, Anora was majorly celebrated last year, I think it was.
They won the Oscar. They swept the Oscars.
In fact, I'll just tell you what all they actually won.
Best direction,
It won the Palme d'Or. What is it?
which is Pond's cream sister brand
No, no.
is Palm.
What is-
Palm d'Or.
Palme d'Or at the 77th Cannes Film Festival. It was nominated for 5 awards at the 82nd Golden Globe Award, 7 British Academy Film Awards, which is the BAFTA.
And all these Oscars. It won
and six Academy Awards
Yeah.
it was nominated for, and it finally won Best Picture among other things.
Best Picture, Best Direction, Best Writing, Best Film Editing, Best Actress.
So Rajyasree Sen, I must say,
You must have been very moved because some sad woman story it is.
okay.
And she's very hot.
So I was entertained.
Did you cry on the flight?
No, Rajyasree Sen, I didn't cry. But I was really shocked that this film
Yes, thank
won all these awards. It was, I mean, when I started watching it, I was expecting, dude, this is going to be like Dancer in the Dark, Bjork's film, which is one of the best films I've ever seen. I thought it would be, that level. It was tight. It was good. It was very well cast.
Fine.
I think it was really well
Yeah.
cast. But it was so...
So there was humor, that entire thing about when they come in and they tie her up.
Which
and
was
all.
not...
Yeah.
It was very
but-
slapstick. I mean, it's like... Anyway.
And the ending to me didn't make sense. But then I suppose love comes to you in many ways. But it just... I don't know. I couldn't understand what the big deal was. But I really feel... This, even that
So why did
Ricky
he get one?
Gervais,
What
I'll
was
tell
it?
you, you have to play a prostitute, or you're a sex worker, or you have to play a Jew in a concentration camp, or you have to play a paraplegic, or some physical handicap you have, and you will 100% win the Oscar.
Journalism at News Laundry is powered by the public, because when the public pays, the public is served. Visit newslaundry.com/subscription and pick a payment plan of your choice. Pay to keep news free and independent. Your future, and indeed the future of democracy, depends on it.